This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so you guys can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, so good. So today we are going to discuss one more topic, okay, which will be like, uh,
Abstract.
dependent on, wow, how did you know that today? That is
Because
the only topic left.
I know your program
Yeah, you know
syllabus.
program,
Yeah.
right? Okay, yeah, the
I know
outline,
your
right?
program syllabus. Next topic would be what?
Yes, nice. Yeah. So it is abstraction and inheritances basically. So we will
Yeah.
discuss on that today.
Oh,
Okay,
abstraction and inheritance. Okay.
right. Abstractions and inheritances basically. So
Mm-hmm.
let me first give you some introductory idea basically. So as of now, we spoke about the Java classes.
Mm-hmm.
Satish, I think you can unmute because earlier that day I was seeing some disturbance, so you can unmute.
Yeah, no
So
problem.
yeah, so because you are more interactive and you need to pitch in all the time actually.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So normally like there are two classes, and when we form a relationship between them, we say like child parent relationship. And what is happening if there is a method in parent, and if child does not have that method, the child member can inherit that method from the parent,
Yes.
isn't it? So that
Mm-hmm.
phenomena was allowing us to use some reusability of the code, or maybe many classes can make that particular class as parent, and they can use that property for its
Yes.
objects actually.
Yes.
Okay, that was the phenomena, which is good. So uh, and in case a child want to implement the same method which is there in parent, child also want to have that method actually. That is also allowed, means child can have its own method which is very similar to the parent method actually.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, the child objects will be using the child method, not the parent method.
Yes.
Okay, that concept we called is method overriding.
Yes. I remember
Okay,
that.
nice. Satish, you getting me right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I think Suraj, Vishal, you will get these things gradually. Okay, so now let me just add one thing. Let us say there is a parent class, and that parent class make a rule for the children class. Means parent says, okay, if you want to be my child, you have to implement so and so methods.
Good. Mm-hmm.
So it will make a rule actually. So the parent class, as of now, it was like this. If the child want to implement, he can implement. Otherwise, he can use the parent entity. It was like this. But now
It's like a
parent is
parental
saying,
guide on TV.
yeah, yes. Now it is the other way. Now parent is saying, okay, I will not do anything for you. I'll just tell you that you have to do these things. Means he'll
Mm.
become a boss in a way
Yeah,
to parent.
in our real life.
Same like real life, yeah.
Yeah.
So he will make it compulsory that you have to implement my member in order you to become my child.
Yes, got it.
Okay. Yeah. So that is called something
Abstraction.
like abstraction. Means the parent is behaving like an abstract here. So he doesn't do anything. He will let you to do that actually. He'll make you to do that actually as a child class. So
Mm-hmm.
parent will create some abstract members or nothing but abstract methods.
Mm-hmm.
So those methods have to be, so child members, child classes must implement the abstract members of a of a parent class, parent class abstract members. So such methods which are not implemented by child, not implemented by parent, but has to be implemented by child are called abstract methods. Okay, the methods that are not implemented by parent class but are mandatory to be implemented by child
Child.
are called
Abstraction.
abstract members or abstract methods.
Mm.
I think Satish, now you can mute whenever you want to speak, you can unmute. Okay, so So now, as of now, did you get what is the meaning of abstract member
Yes,
in a
yes,
short?
I got it. Yep.
Nice. So this is one rule. Now let us think that, okay, you have some abstract member. So when there is an abstract member in a class, the class itself becomes an abstract class. A class containing at least one abstract member is an abstract class.
In child class, right? You're talking about
No,
at
no,
least
no. The class which is parent class has at least one abstract class, abstract member
abstract
is
member
an abstract class
which has to be implemented
by
uh,
child,
child, but not in parent. Yeah.
not in parent. Parent is not going to implement it.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
At
So
least one.
unimplemented methods are called method signature. That is another thing. Unimplemented means uh, parent is making a rule that you have to implement this. Unimplemented methods are called
Santosh, if
signature of method. Yes, yes, Satish.
parent have created 5 rules, out of 5, it should maintain all the 5. Is it a
Yes,
way?
child member. Child member has to maintain all 5.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So the unimplemented method in parent is called signature of the method, but it does not have body. That
Okay.
is called signature of the method, means without body. That is called abstract method actually.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm basically telling all the rules of abstraction basically here. Okay. By this pointers. If you don't understand something, please ask me. To mandatory
Today's class
implemented
is
by
better than yesterday. We understand more. Yesterday.
Yesterday's is also very simple, but maybe
No, no,
sometime,
after I
early stage.
review
Uh,
your recording, I understood then.
oh wow, nice. I'm glad still you are understood, because it
I'm
is
trying hard.
initial level, it is a time taking process.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm really
Hmm.
working hard.
Yeah. Nice, nice. I'll be definitely seeing your assignment, Tanya, all of yours assignments in the weekend. I would be also clarifying your queries actually.
Okay.
Yeah, but I would like to see that you are, working on that.
Of course. Yeah.
So a class containing at least one abstract method or member is a abstract class. So it means I'm a class, parent class. I'm having maybe 10 members. They are all implemented, but there is only one member which is not implemented. It is possible like that. Okay, let's say I have 10 methods in my class. I'm the parent. I have 10 methods in my class, and out of 10, one method could be unimplemented. That is abstract method
And that should be implemented to the
by my children.
yes.
By my children means I am a class. My child member has to implement that. That is
Has
the
to
rule for my
implement
child
that only.
members.
Yeah.
Yeah. So see, I'm talking about myself as a parent. See, then the whole class is treated as abstract class. A class having at least one member, that is the definition. A class having at least one abstract member is called an abstract class. So the whole class becomes abstract. Okay.
So any one was implemented, the total class will be
Abstract
abstract
class.
class.
Yes, exactly. Okay. So child members of abstract class, understanding, right? Child members of abstract class have to implement the abstract members. Otherwise, those child classes will have to be abstract too. Getting it?
Say it again. Child members of abstract class have to implement the class members. Otherwise, those child classes will have to. Okay,
Have
say it
to
again.
be abstract too.
What does that mean?
Okay, let's not read this statement. Okay, maybe it is lengthy statement, so confusing. Let us think like this. There is a parent class and that parent class has one abstract member. Okay. Now that parent class is extended by another class, which is a child class, right? So the child class is supposed to implement that unimplemented method, which is abstract method. Child
Yes.
class has to implement it. But child class says, okay, I'm not going to implement it. Let my children be implemented. Let it be handed over to my children. I'll not implement it. There could be
That
The
something
means
like this.
grandchildren you are saying.
the child is saying that, okay,
Huh?
I'm not gonna do that. My children will do that. So that means
Yes.
that rule will over apply to the grandkids of child.
Grandchild. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So grandchild will have to implement that. So now the child member, what will he become? He will also be abstract.
Okay. Abstract of his child.
Abstract of means that class is abstract. Now
Okay. Okay.
it is not respective to a class. It is an abstract class.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Satish, got it?
Yes, Santosh, if this middle child is not implementing it, so it becomes again inherent, right?
Okay. Yes. And
So this character will be becoming inherent character and the rest will be abstract, right? Both main parent and the grandchild.
no, grandchild will not be abstract. See, grandchild will say, okay, my father is also abstract. My father is also abstract. So at least I want to be the complete class. See, abstract class is also
Mhm.
called incomplete class. Why?
Incomplete.
Because
That
there
Understood.
is
means
something not complete. There is something unimplemented. But I'll come to that.
Yes, yes.
As of now,
Mm.
did you get it, Satish? Like there is a parent, there is a child, there is a grandchild, grandchild actually. Okay. So the child member is saying that I will not implement my parents' unimplemented method. I'm not going to implement. Then the parent says, okay, if you don't implement, I'm okay. But you will be an abstract too. Like me, you will be abstract. Okay. But whoever is going to extend you means your children have to implement it. Somebody has to implement in my chain, in my hierarchy.
okay. If you are
The
doing
one who implements in the whole hierarchy, that becomes a complete class.
okay, that means if any of the grandchild implement this rule, then
Hmm.
the class would be complete, right?
Then the class, which is the most which is the great grandchild, will become the complete class. All these are abstract
How come
classes.
the great grandchild? That would
Yes.
be just normal grandkids.
No, anybody in the hierarchy, let's say, whatever at 10th level of the hierarchy, he's implementing that particular abstract method. So all those 9 will become abstract, and the 10th will be complete class.
That means the one has to like follow the rule to make the whole class complete, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
At least one in the hierarchy has to implement the rule.
To
Means
make
your
to make
clan
the
has
class
to.
complete. Okay. Otherwise, that would be
Otherwise, you
incomplete.
guys are incomplete. Your class will not have any object in your lifetime.
Oh,
It is
okay.
just in design only, always in design.
Okay. Okay. The main theme so far I understood. Let's see the program now.
This is all actually. If you understood this, means you got the abstraction.
No, yes, I got it now. I got it.
Okay, I'll show that programmatically.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So, Satish, any questions here for now?
No, Santosh. Fine, fine. Yeah.
Okay, nice. So let me see. Whenever you execute your program in debug mode, you see this icon, right? The small icon on the right corner. So
Mhm.
it will be enabled actually. So that time your project we will be different, and you can get back to your normal mode by clicking on this Java icon here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If in case you executed the previous program on debug mode, it will be like this. Actually, this will be there and all that. So click on this, it will be normal mode. Now I can see the project. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm creating a new package. I call it like polymorphism. Okay, I'll explain this also, but I'm naming it tests. So now I create a class and I make this class name as, let's say, World Bank.
Okay.
There is a class called World Bank. Okay, and World Bank says, let us say there is an integer rate of interest. Okay, there is a loan entity by the bank, and there is an integer called rate of interest, and there
Okay.
is something called a method that is provide home loan. Okay, this is a method. Okay, and it is like normal public void, and it provides home loan with an interest rate.
Okay.
Provides home loans. World Bank is providing home loans. Home loans with rate of interest as, I'm putting the rate of interest here.
Okay.
This is one method. That's fine. So World Bank is nice. He has implemented this entity. Now he says, okay, I want to have one more method, which is public void provide student loan. And he says done. You see, this is body of the method.
Yes.
And up to this is called signature of the method.
Yeah.
Getting it? This portion is the signature of the method, and the soon curly bracket starts and ends. It is the body of the method. So an abstract method will not have body. So this is an abstract method, which is
So
So
that
no body.
so that provide student loan that has to apply, that rules will go to kids, to go to
Yes,
child.
child members.
Child has to follow, but that, as it mentioned, that is provide student loan, that means it will not gonna apply for parents. It is this rule only for student, for child, right?
Child classes. Yes.
Child classes. Yes, got it.
Yes.
Mhm.
Now it is saying there is some error. It is telling me that there is some error in the program. Now what is it saying? There are two solutions. You can make two solutions. One is add body
Add
to the
body.
method.
Yes.
Yeah,
Add body is fine.
right. If you
Yes,
want to add body,
right.
then it will be okay. You will have a
Okay.
normal class. It is fine.
No. Yep.
Yeah. Otherwise, somebody say, okay, no, I don't want to implement. Let my children implement it. That's not my headache, isn't it? So some classes may say like that. I'm not going to take that headache. I want my children to take care of this. Okay. Now the problem is, again, JVM is saying, the compiler is saying that, okay, you have to make the World Bank itself as a class abstract. Seeing that?
Yeah.
You have to make the World Bank to be abstract in order to, because you have one member who is abstract. You see, there is a keyword also added when I said add abstract. So because there is one member abstract, the class itself has to be abstract only. It cannot be non-abstract.
Okay.
So this class has
Yeah.
become abstract.
Yep.
Yeah. So whenever I say abstract class, means it is incomplete class.
Yes.
Okay. Now, when I say
Someone has to
incomplete
follow the
class,
rule. Yeah.
yes, somebody has to implement that whatever incomplete portion. Otherwise, can I create object of this class which is incomplete?
Say it again.
Can
Can
I
you?
create object of an incomplete class?
no.
No. Yes, Tanya, what do you say? Should we?
Can you create another object? You said. I think
Object of
until
World Bank?
you can.
Okay. Okay, so I'll give you one more design, one more thought process. Huh? See, whenever we are saying class, means it is a design actually, design of some entity that we are going to have in future. Okay, it is a part of design. So now let's say you are designing a supercar basically. Okay, it is a
Yeah.
supercar. Okay, which will go in Jup, it will go to 5,000 kilometers per mile. Again, one more Jup, it will go to next satellite and Mars and all that. Okay. But you have designed this and you have implemented also this feature. It will go 5,000 miles per hour. Okay. But you are yet to implement the brakes to that car, supercar. The brakes are not implemented. You are saying my children will do that.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So now your car is all perfect. It shines and everything is there, but brakes are not there. Is your car a complete car?
No. Without
Will you
brake.
take that car to show your friends saying that okay, let's see my car.
Nope,
Let's
nope,
sit
nope,
and
nope.
see.
It is
No, why you
incomplete.
don't see that?
Because without brake, the car will not function properly.
Yes,
It
Incomplete.
means
means
it is
nothing.
incomplete. It is
It is
incomplete.
incomplete.
Means that
Yeah,
that object is useless actually.
exactly.
So something which is half implemented is not it cannot be created an object. It cannot have an object actually.
But question is why parents itself doesn't want to apply on it?
It is
Why
his mood. It is his mood, let's say.
it is mood? But this is also compulsory rule.
No, there are some techniques behind that.
Okay.
So
I'm talking about my real life.
yes. So now provide a loan. He says provide a loan, student loan has to be a rule. He says like that, but I will not provide the loan. World Bank is saying like this. I am not going to do that job. You have to do it. Who is that you now? Let's come back.
Okay,
So
I I,
now
I
there
got
is,
the yeah I got the idea. Yeah, I
you
got
got
it.
that, right? Okay, so
Yes,
there
yes,
is
of
something
course.
called Bank of America. Okay, they come into picture saying that okay, I am Bank of America and I will design the banking implementation methodology, everything. I'll implement that banking system. But he has to be acknowledged or certified by the World Bank in order
Yes,
to be official or something. So what he does, he extends World Bank.
yes,
First
because
of all,
yes,
Hmm,
World Bank of America has to be a child of World Bank, then he can do that. Yeah.
yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So the soon World Bank, he says World Bank is my father. Okay, so World Bank is again instructing immediately. Okay, boss, you have to implement the unimplemented method. There is something not implemented. I'm making a rule for you. You have to implement student loan for your children, for your whatever future. Implement it.
Oh,
Otherwise, you cannot be my child. Means you are not allowed to be a bank.
okay. So
Hmm,
before he accept the Bank of America as its child, so
hmm.
he just give some rules. So you have to follow this thing, then you can be my child, otherwise not.
No.
Okay.
Yes. Otherwise, one more option is there. As I said earlier, okay, Bank of America says, okay, I will not be really having the banks at every corner. I want to be as abstract too. Yes, then no problem. You can be
Yeah.
abstract. So again, the same thing comes into picture. Will an abstract class have an object anytime? Is it a complete class?
Will
No.
No. See, abstract means what? Incomplete. Again, it is incomplete class. So Bank of America is really not a bank then.
yes.
It is
Someone has
again a
to
rule book. Somebody
yeah.
has to implement. So
Someone has yes. Somebody has to
yes.
implement it to make it complete. Yeah.
Yes. So a Bank of America says, okay, no problem. I'll implement it. Tell me your rules. Okay, it will implement it in his own style. Means whatever Bank of America thinks that how the loan should be provided, whatever their mechanism, techniques, and all that, they will implement that actually. They are allowed to do that. So says, okay, provide home loan. Sorry, provide student loan with let's say lower interest rate, whatever. So they are going to provide something like 5.0 lower interest rate, something like that.
Is this something
But
overriding? Because at the top I can see at override.
yes, it is overriding only because parent has the method, child has the method. Though parent method is not complete, that is another story, but that method is there. Though it is only signature, but method exists. And child also has a method.
Excuse me.
So, yep. So child also has the same method. So that is overriding.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So now child also has got that method. Now somebody who is going to use that application basically, that is main class, like I would say polymorphism test, polytest, I'll call it. He will have a main, he want to create the main class, want to use those Bank of America equal to, I mean, BOA, I'll just make a short form, new. Okay, so this BOA now can call the both the methods, no problem, isn't it? He can print the rate of interest, he can provide the home loan, and then BOA can provide the student loan too.
So home loan was taken from World Bank and student
Yes,
loan is taken from Bank of America.
yes, exactly.
Okay.
There is some portion of reusability still exists because abstract is like not complete abstract. It is giving some implementation. He is building the whole car actually. Only some implementation are pending, like brake or something is pending actually. That each child member has to do that actually. Then only the car is complete actually. Then somebody can have that car.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is your. So that's how an object can be created. I can run the program, it will execute like normal. Now it is like very before basically. Now let's say there is another bank who says, let us take it Indian Bank. Okay. Now Indian Bank came into picture. He says, okay, I'm also going to be the register to World Bank. Okay.
Okay.
So World Bank makes a rule. Hey, you have to implement this unimplemented method. Okay, Indian Bank says, what should I do? Should I be abstract? Let me be abstract. I don't want to take that headache. Let it be handed over to my, children's. Means now I became the abstract, as in Indian Bank became the abstract class
The
again.
abstract. That
Yes.
has to go through the rules.
Now somebody has to implement of his children. So let us say there is something called HDFC Bank in India. So this bank again says, I'm going to extend Indian Bank, or
Yeah.
instead of saying Indian Bank, let me say it as RBI, like, which is little standard basically. I mean, RBI is the bank which is kind of not really doing the job, but it is making the rule for its own children. So this extends RBI. The soon it says I'm extending RBI. Now he says, okay, implement the unimplemented method. From where this method is coming, which is unimplemented? Who
From
is insisting for that?
RBI.
Okay, who is the root person insisting for this?
World Bank.
World Bank.
World Bank. World Bank is insisting. In fact, actually, RBI is just a mediator here. He's saying, okay,
Yeah.
boss, World Bank says you have to do it, otherwise you will not be a bank. So he says, okay, I'll implement it.
Yeah, but the whole idea is RBI is kind of acting as like a grandchild. That means because he's a parents of HDF Bank, and HDF is a child of World Bank or Bank of India, right?
Yes, HDFC is a child of RBI. RBI
Yeah,
is a child of World Bank. So World
exactly.
Bank is a topmost parent, rootmost parent. Then RBI and then HDFC.
Okay. Oh no, I didn't get it. First you said World Bank is
World
a
Bank.
parent. Then
Yes.
who is a child
Then
of World Bank?
RBI. RBI is
RBI.
a child of World Bank.
RBI
You
is a
see?
child of okay, and
You
then
see?
uh, who is a and HDF is a child of RBI. Okay, so
Yes. Yes.
HDF is acting as a grandkid.
Grandchild.
Okay, grandchild.
Yes.
Got it. Yep.
Yep. So now grandchild says, okay, I will not forward it anymore. I'll implement it myself. So he is implementing this. So now this has become a complete class. HDFC
Oh,
Bank is a complete class, which is functioning actually. It is a functioning entity. Otherwise, they
mm,
are all dummy entities, basically.
otherwise, yeah, got it.
Yeah. Yeah. So now this is your implementation. Maybe HDFC will provide the loan maybe in a different style. So provide
Hmm.
student loans with, let us say all Asian students maybe.
Okay.
Okay, he has a special case actually. It's okay
Mm-hmm.
with whatever rate of interest. So
Okay.
now anybody can create my application, as in there is a test class he can create if he wants. HDFC
Mhm.
Bank equal to new HDFC Bank.
Santosh, now
Yes.
Polytest is also a child of World Bank. Can we take the rules of Polytest also? Because it was implementing World Bank this thing.
No, not really. See, polytest is something like who is using that feature. What RBI or HDFC or somebody has, no, they are all implementing basically. They are designs, and this is that consumer of that design, means he's using that classes. It is not child or parent or something. It is just testing that, using that basically.
It is the
You know,
name of the class. Yeah.
it is like, you got a car. Okay, somebody is designing. BMW is designing a car. It will
Hmm.
design full-fledged. Now many people may use it. Are they designing? Are they part of design? No, they
No,
are
no.
just users actually. You may use it tomorrow, I may use it, or somebody else may use it. It means they are just using that car, which is a complete design actually. So likewise, Polytest is using that entities to maintain the data actually. They are not part of that program actually. They are testing the program or using the program actually. So
Okay.
this is my all test classes. Whenever I create, right, I definitely end it with test. They means they are not part of design. They are part of use actually. They are
Part of
using the
you.
design.
Okay.
Yeah, Satish, got it?
Yes, Santosh. No, what I'm saying is World Bank when created, first case Bank of America said I will use it, right?
I'll implement. Yes,
I will implement it. So
yes,
now our HDFC also saying I will implement, right?
yes, correct.
Hmm.
So can I share any of the Bank of America is also one of the child of World Bank. So Bank of America, if keeps any good rules or anything which is useful.
Hmm.
So like now Bank of America and last one is our HDFC. Both
Hmm.
are like brothers, right? Who are side of main parent,
Okay,
right?
okay. When we say brothers, means we are kind of trying to show some similarity here, but it's not like that. See, they are all independent basically. First thing, they are all unique also. There is no comparison between them. First thing.
Right.
Second thing,
But I have another question. You said that the World Bank is a parent, but after that you created a class like Bank of America, Polytest, RBI, and
hmm,
HDF, right?
hmm,
So I
hmm,
know Bank of America is a child of World Bank, as well as RBI also is a child of World
World
Bank,
Bank. Yes,
right? And HDF Bank is a child of RBI,
yes,
right? But
yes.
here the polytest is acting as a designer or just for nothing. It is not. It is not related with any child or parent, right?
No, no, it is not related. It is just like user basically. He's
User
using that
basis.
classes. Yeah.
Okay, 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 okay. Got it.
Polytest is a user basically. He's like, trying to utilize those entities, whatever made by somebody.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'll come to Satish question. So Satish, what I'm understanding is like, let us say World Bank has designed a rule. This is a rule. This is okay. He is providing a service. This is a part of service, but this is a rule. Why? Because it is not implemented.
Hmm.
So RBI came into picture. He says, okay, I'll implement World Bank, but he says, no, no, I'll be abstract. I don't want to implement. But RBI can set a rule also to its children additionally. Okay, he says. provide car auto loan. You see, and he says, I will not implement that also. I want my children to implement it. It is possible. So this becomes abstract.
Mhm.
So what will happen? HDFC is giving error, you see, on the back. HDFC says, hey, I have something problem. What is that? He says, you have to implement the method, which is stated by RBI.
Mm.
Getting it? So somebody in the hierarchy can again put their own rule for its children members.
To make the whole thing complete, yeah.
Yes. So RBI says somebody who is bank in India has to follow the World Bank rule, first thing. Again,
Mhm.
I will set some more rule into that. Maybe additional 5 rules. This together, 5 from RBI, 5 from me, 5 from World Bank, 5 from me, will be 10 rules should be implemented by Indian banks, all the banks.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay.
They're
So
all
that's how,
conditional rule that you have to follow.
yes, they are conditional. You have to follow. Otherwise, you are not my child. Otherwise, you will not be
Okay.
a particular entity.
Yeah. Nothing is free in this world.
No, there is oxygen and water is free, right?
Yes, exactly. No matter what of the relationship, there
Yeah.
is some
Yeah.
condition. Nothing is
Right.
unconditional.
So see, we are making it compulsory. So somebody has to implement that. So I am kind of making rule for my entities to be implemented.
Mhm.
So HDFC says, okay, I will implement your rule. So it will again say, I will implement the auto loan also. Provide auto loan means whatever, it should be the same, same method, right? Provide auto loan as per RBI. Where is it coming from? RBI or a World Bank?
It's from
Oh.
RBI.
Yes.
Mm.
Maybe let's say auto loan is a little expensive, let's say. Okay. So that is how your rules will implemented. So one who is making that method complete, which was incomplete by parent, one who is completing that method is called implementation.
Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
see, HDFC has implemented provide auto loan,
Got it.
or HDFC has implemented the unimplemented, isn't it? Which was
Mm-hmm.
unimplemented. He has implemented provide student loan. So this concept is called implementation. So they are implementing something. World Bank is also implementing something, which is as per the instruction by its father, its parent, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So this is all about abstraction. Any questions here so far?
So far we can, well, I'm following you.
Good. Sadish, you are also good, right? How about Vishal?
Yeah, getting some questions.
Okay. Okay. So I think let me go a little forward. So there is somebody who says, okay, Universal Bank. Okay, it is like a competitor of World Bank actually. So it says
Yeah, World
provide
Bank. Mm-hmm.
provide home loan, provide let's say auto loan, and
Mm-hmm.
provide maybe some other loan, provide credit card also. Okay, he is saying all that, but he is so smart, he doesn't do anything himself.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yes,
So
yeah.
these three methods. Now, who is daring to be my my child? He
Okay.
has to implement that. So now let us say somebody says, now I'll take better, Universal Bank. It was a little competitor, but I'll take another example. Okay, I will just take file class. I'll be adding some class because I don't want to conflict with the standard Java classes.
Okay.
file class. Okay, so file class says public void open file, public void close file, public void create file, public void update file.
So did you change the class name of universal
Yeah,
bank?
I wiped out that example. I wanted to take a file related, little more related. Okay,
But
there is something
universal
like a
was
file,
more universal was more like a
more appropriate, right?
more appropriate
Okay, I think
as
is
a
this
competitor with of World Bank. But that's okay. I understand.
that's okay. Yeah, it is a
Yep.
different concept actually. I want
Yeah,
you
yeah.
to understand.
Oh,
Yeah,
got it. Yep, yep, yep.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there is something called a file. File can be any file in our computer system. Okay, any file. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
what could be the generic methods? If you are creating a file, you have to implement file open, file close, file create, and update file. These four
Yes.
at least we have to maintain the rule.
Okay.
File is saying like this. Okay. Now there is somebody who comes in. Now these are all four are abstract, right? You can make them abstract because I am not implementing it. So they are will be abstract, 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 abstract.
Because they are asking other one to uh,
His children to implement.
implement it.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So
That's
it
why
became
they
a
have.
abstract class.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So in case I'm having all the members as abstract, then you don't have to even be abstract. You be an interface. So you are really doing nothing. You trying to be abstract. You have to be interface and not a class. So an interface is uh, is a 100% abstract class. Getting it? This statement. An interface is a 100% abstract class. Why
So
100%?
person who is acting and not implementing anything is called interface, right?
Is interface exactly. He really doesn't provide any service. He will only provide the rules.
So
Oh.
Only rules.
in the before case also World Bank is an interface.
No, World Bank was
No, no.
implementing something.
Okay.
There
Okay.
is some
One is the
implementation.
student loan was abstract and rest is okay.
Yeah. So he was like half body actually. He is half implemented, half not. That's why he was abstract.
Mm,
There is some implementation actually, and not some.
mm.
But file system says no, I will not implement anything. I'll just be make a rule. That's it, and that is called interface. So when somebody does everything abstract is an interface. So you don't even mention that abstract. I'll only do that. You be an interface means you will just take from here to there. That's it. You will not do anything actually. That is interface acting in between. That's it.
Interface. Can you please repeat this idea again? Because I don't know. Till now I was following, but here interface I have to understand more. What is
Yes.
that? What is
So an interface is one whose all members are abstract in nature. All members
okay?
are abstract. Abstract member was like abstract class was something. Some members are implemented, some not. Some were
Oh,
only
okay.
abstract.
Okay, 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 okay.
Yeah. Interface is like 100% abstract.
That means all
All
rules
members
has to follow.
are. All rule he will not really implement any rule. He will only mention the rule. He will instruct the
You
rule
mentioned the
actually.
rule that obviously the other like members has to follow
Other
it.
people will come and implement.
Okay,
Yeah, isn't it? Other people will come and implement happily.
implement happily. Okay, because
Yeah,
the rules is open,
yeah,
close, create, update. These
yes,
are the very like a useful thing
yes.
that they have to.
Right, right. So now there is a standard. There is a standard. Now he is lifting the standard. If you want to create an official file, you have to follow these rules.
Okay,
Okay. So now Microsoft comes into picture. She says, okay, I will create MS Word, isn't it? MS Word is a type of file. He says, okay, if I have to be a official file, I have to implement something. What is that? File class. File class is a rule set by somebody. I have to be a part of that rule. So in order to implement the file class, now what is this saying is, see, if it was a class extends a class, but
Mhm.
class doesn't extend an interface. See, the keyword here, one who is implementing the half portion of abstract class is called child class, and
Mhm.
he's extending that class actually. The
Mm.
example, World Bank of America is extending World Bank, but
Mhm.
here MS Word has to implement. Interfaces are always implemented, not extended.
Okay. Okay.
Interfaces
Only it has
are
to be
always,
not extends, it's implement.
yes,
Okay. Because
because now
it is not a
extending
child-parent relationship, right? It is something that
it is implementation. Yeah,
okay.
that is also like a child, but it is not like a class child. Basically, it is interface child.
Oh, it is also child of a file class, the
File
sorry.
class. File class is an interface actually.
Okay.
Yeah. So now if I make this file class to be file interface, do you guys mind it? Because now you understood what is an interface. So file is an interface now, isn't it? It is not a class actually.
Mm-hmm.
Getting it? I have started explaining from class, but now you understood it is an interface, not a class. Okay, so file is an interface. Now this is going to be implementing the interface. Interfaces are always implemented, not extended. See, extended means what? Some service is there, some service is added by somebody, is extending.
Mm-hmm.
World Bank
Yes.
has implemented some portion and he's saying my children will implement some portion. So they are extending the support basically. But
Yes.
implementation means I'm not implementing anything, my children member will implement it all.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is called
If,
interface. Okay.
yeah, that is called implements. If a child says, I will implement half of them, if I implement half of them and not half of them, who am I now?
You're not a complete class, or you're not a abstract also.
Yeah, I'm abstract, right? I'm implementing half. See,
Mm-hmm.
incomplete is abstract.
Okay. Yeah.
So
And
this,
then then out of 5 rules, you are saying I will implement only 2. Then if you implement completely, you will be a class, right?
will be a complete class. Complete
Okay.
class. That is called concrete class actually.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm? If
Then
you
you
are
will become
implementing all,
abstract.
if you
Because
implement only some
out
of
of
them,
there
hmm,
is some rules, but I don't need to fulfill all the condition.
yes,
I can
pass on.
fulfill my condition as my need,
Yes.
right?
As per your capability, better say, not your
Yes.
need, as per your capacity or
My
capability,
capability.
you will
Yeah.
implement. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
rest you will pass on. Actually, you will say, let my children be done that. Let my children be be getting it done. Okay. So now this either I will implement it. When I have to implement, I have to implement all the methods. See, all the methods are here. Now he has to do Word file will open, Word file will close, file will, he will implement that operations actually on on a Word file. Opening Word file. Getting it, guys? Closing Word file, then creating Word file. Sorry guys, and this is Word actually, Microsoft Word, not Word. So this is Word file and this is closing Word file, and then likewise
Update.
update also,
So
and
now
this
you
is,
implement,
yes,
so it became
implement all of them.
class.
It became a complete class. So I can have a Word file. I can sell this as a product to somebody who can create their objects. I can
Can I
create a
ask
file.
you?
Hmm.
Can I ask you one question?
Yes.
Is it something that interface? It is something you're talking about a system, that in the system that the follower, there's some rules that you can open, create,
Yes. Yes.
update.
Yes.
You're talking about the system that is called
Yes.
interface, right?
Correct. Yes.
Yay!
That's where the programming starts. Means we will
Yay! Now
we start with design.
I'm getting into it. Yeah.
Yeah. When I say, let's say I'm going to have a new entity, supercar actually. So
Mm.
see, when I say supercar, I'll not go to shop and bring a tire and start fitting it. No, I will first design it. I'll say, okay, my car will have ABC, my car will have XYZ, my car will have this. I'm just designing it. I'm not really implementing those. I'll say it will be all
Okay.
this be there.
Mhm.
I'm designing it.
Mhm.
So I'm creating interface actually.
Interface is
No
like a
implementation.
system.
Like a system, what it will define the rules actually. Only I'll talk about rules
It will,
actually.
yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Then slowly, I'll form a team. I'll say I'll take 4 people from here. I'll take 10 people from there. I'll say, okay, you guys also come and start implementing this.
Mm.
That becomes my software.
Okay.
Yeah. Got it?
Yeah.
So I think this is clear actually now. Now tomorrow somebody will come. Okay, something like Notepad. So Notepad says I'm also going to be an official file. Okay. So
Oh,
what you have
okay.
to do? Notepad class will
Santosh,
come here. Yes.
yeah,
Yes,
Santosh, we
Satish.
missed somewhere. If we implement it partially, we will become abstract, right?
You'll become abstract.
Okay. It's like same my situation. I can't implement my father rules. I can't share to my son. Yeah.
No, you can pass on, but unfortunately, let's not do that. We will complete it. You will become a complete class.
Yeah. Thank
Mhm.
you.
Yeah. Okay. So no, Notepad says I'm also going to implement, that rule, whatever it is. So it
Mhm.
says, what is that? File interface. It is implementing that actually. He has to implement that. That's what we are a team here to implement it.
Mhm.
So he will
Mhm.
implement it. Yeah. Now he will implement open notepad. He has to follow that. Open close notepad. He has to do that. So he
Mhm.
will do how to work it on, because see, opening a notepad and opening a Word file may be different. How to implement that could be different, but they have to do that implementation.
Oh,
Interface,
okay.
if he does it, it will be into problem. Why? Because interface doesn't know how to open a Word file, how to open a notepad. He have to implement all of that. He says better not implement. I'll only make a rule. Let
Mhm.
individuals implement that
Mhm.
in their own way. Whatever it requires, they will implement actually according to their needs, as you said. How they want to do it, they will implement it actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So likewise, they will do all the methods basically.
Okay.
Uh, we will come to your case also, Sadish, like as in half implementation activity. So this is like full implementation. Let's say Notepad also said I am implementing, so somebody can create object of Notepad, no problem. Okay, now
What
let
about
us think
Excel?
Excel file. Let's say Excel also. Okay,
Yeah.
so somebody says
The Microsoft suite is like interface.
yes,
Mm.
exactly. Not
Mhm.
just Microsoft, it is file system.
File system. Yeah. Mhm.
Yes.
Okay.
So Excel, I'll just say Excel abstract. Okay, I'm creating in between basically. Now
Mhm.
Excel abstract says I will implement file interface, but I'm little lazy. I will not implement all of them. I will probably implement this first two, and the last two I will just create.
Santosh, is it's out of body, no open and close.
No, this is inside body, right? This is opening file. Let's say if you are writing the logic of launching the file, you will write here Excel open.
Okay,
Means you
okay.
will really have the logic of how to open, how to launch the file basically here.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm just writing some statement, but it is really going to have that logic of closing the file, how to close it, that method.
Okay.
And these two methods, I am not implementing. Now it is saying, okay, add the body or be an abstract. Okay, let it be abstract because I want my children to do that. Okay, add the
Abstract.
body or be abstract. Be abstract.
So
Okay.
the Excel will only the most important thing is opening and close, but
Yes.
create
Remaining,
an
he'll say
update.
pass on.
Maybe
Yeah.
Excel will implement its own rule,
Yes.
not
Right.
from the other.
They can, yes. They can also add their own rule. I
Hmm.
have just made intentionally half Excel abstract, half Excel class.
Okay.
Okay. Now there is something called either I have to make this class itself abstract. These two will be okay. I'm okay because I'm a abstract class, isn't it? Half implemented, half not. So what? I'm abstract.
Hmm.
Okay. So anybody want to create object of mine? No, nobody dare to do that, right?
Hmm.
Why? Because I'm
Yes.
half done. Half is more dangerous than nothing done actually. He will land you
Oh.
somewhere else.
Yeah.
Okay, so now somebody says, let's say polytest only. I want to use that class only for creating the testing. Polytest. So even if I try to create object of Excel half, Excel abstract, it will say EA equal to new Excel abstract. He will say cannot instantiate a type abstract. You see, you cannot instantiate it. So because it is half done, you are abstract, you cannot implement it. You cannot have a body of,
Until you
you cannot have
complete
an
it.
object. Yeah, somebody has to complete that, and that somebody can have the object, not you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you are always half done. You will always be half. Okay, so but it is doing some meaningful job. It's not like he is useless. He's doing some important job also, but it is still not complete. So somebody says, okay, I'll come back with another class, MS Excel. Okay, he says I will now. He is supposed to extend abstract class Excel abstract or supposed to implement Excel abstract.
Implement.
Why
It,
implement?
it will acting as an interface.
Okay, let us see once again. This is Excel abstract. It is a abstract class. So abstract classes are extended or implemented. See, abstract, it should be extended.
Extended.
Only interface is something implemented. Okay, interfaces are implemented and abstract classes are extended. Extends Excel abstract. So see, that will make a rule of only two implementation. It will not talk about all four. It will say you have to implement only two. If you want to implement those four also, it is okay. That is up to you. But you have to implement this for sure to be a complete class. Now somebody can create object of this MS
So
Excel.
if it implement the 4, become the child of file, right?
Uh, it is a child. It is in the hierarchy of that child. It is in the hierarchy of file class, file interface.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So this is how the implementations are done, actually performed. Now Excel can do all the operations, no problem. If somebody want to introduce in between, they can also introduce, right? That is always possible. Somebody say, you also follow this rule. Okay. This children member will follow that. Clear up to now?
So far.
Nice. So I will add one more thing. People say we like interfaces a lot actually. So they will only create interfaces. Example, somebody say human being, okay, and they will create an interface. So I can create an interface directly. Let me show you. I don't need to even create a class and go with interface. I can directly go with interface creation and say human being, or better I will say living being. Okay, and then this become an interface. So living being, what do? They will eat a lot. Can I say like this? Public void sleep a lot. let's say. These are the methods of living being. Okay. Now, and they are, of course, they are not going to implement all that. They will say they are interface, so they are 100% abstract. So somebody says, okay, there is something called another interface will come into picture. He says, I am human being. Okay. So human being also came into picture. He says, I am first a human being. I am a living being first, then a human being, right? Do you agree with me?
Yes.
I am a living being first and then human being. So now it has to extend or implement. Interfaces always extend interfaces. Confusing, right? Now, see, interfaces and interface relationship are always extended. Interface and class is always implemented. Class to class is extended. Getting it?
Mm.
Interface and what else?
Interface and interface implements. Sorry, extends. This is interface, this is
Ah,
interface. They extend each other.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, human being, what he says, he has to say something different. Goes to school daily. They are smart people. They will do more things. Public wide goes to gym.
Mhm.
Other living being don't like it actually. Now the other people will get into pictures. They say, who else? Somebody says, I'm employee. So employee will again come back. So do you want to make it interface or you want to kind of implement the human being? It is up to you.
Implement, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
implement.
So yes, implements human being. So employee is a human being. Now add an implementer. So all four are come here. So they are the implementation. So employee is somebody who is implementing, or it could be citizen. Likewise,
Okay.
you can have the hierarchy. One who is lastly implementing all the things
Mhm.
completely.
Mhm.
They are classes. They are called concrete classes, or they are complete classes actually. So employee is the complete class. Otherwise, all are like abstract basically,
Abstract.
or some
Okay.
are interfaces. So
Mm.
now understood one thing: interfaces and interfaces extend each other,
Mhm.
and interface
Santosh,
and yes,
human being was extended, right? From
human being
living being.
human being extends living being. It's
Okay, okay,
It's kind
okay.
of it's kind of that like is that they sharing their data or sharing their something that human being extends living being.
yeah, because see, there are common things which eat a
Mm-hmm.
lot, sleep a lot, something like that. They are
Mm-hmm.
common in nature,
Common
which
in
is
nature.
living being and human being. Both are common actually. Certain things are common.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
those common they are extracting from human being. I don't want to redo that actually.
Okay.
So human being extends it actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. These are
So
interface. Yeah.
right. So there is someone who comes into picture saying that, and a dog, let's say, okay, a dog is a class. Let me first get a animal first, okay? Animal is one more layer, right? I want to make interface of animal.
Direct, we can go to interface, right?
Yes, we can go to interface. I will make it animal. So animal will be, of course, it is
To
extends to
living
living
being.
being.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So animal is also extending to living being basically. So it is an interface actually. So it doesn't have to implement anything. If you want to add in a rule, you can add a rule. So now there could be one class which is, let me say, which is like I have created dog right before. Let me go to dog only. So can a dog implement living being and animal?
Okay.
Add the unimplemented method. Seeing it. So what is happening? A dog is implementing living being as well as animals. It has no problem. But if you remember in classes, same method cannot have. I mean, one class cannot have two children, two parents. But you see,
Yeah.
dog has two parents here: living being, animal. Is there a chance of conflicting here, having same
Yeah,
method in animal and living being?
because dog implements living being animal, because dog is a uh, dog is a
A living being and
yeah,
yeah.
dog is a living being, and it's related with animal. Dog is a kind of animal, so that's why it can implements.
So
Yeah,
Santosh, can you put one comma and make human being also side? One more class?
yeah, it can be done. Why? Because that is also a human being is also interface, not a class.
Huh.
See, I'm trying to say interfaces
So
can have multiple parents.
okay,
I'm
okay,
trying to
okay.
say that point, which I said in classes. Class levels we cannot have multiple parents, but interface level can have multiple parents. I'm trying to focus your, bring your
Oh,
focus there.
okay.
Yeah. So what is happening? Interfaces can be any number of father, parents, no problem. Why? Because they are really not implementing anything. They are only telling you have to follow the rule, you have to follow the rule, you have to follow the rule. Whether it
Yeah.
World Bank says or Indian Bank says or anybody says, I'll follow the rule, even one rule follow, that is a complete class. Remaining all are only instructing,
Mm.
right? So that way, instructors can be many, but
Like
implementation
like
can be done by
Wallbang,
one.
gave us some condition to follow the rule, but implements here is they will uh, give you the like some rules, but it will gonna implement. There's no condition, right?
Yeah, somebody will implement that. Somebody can do it. He can implement many classes, many interfaces actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, means they can be child of many interface parents basically, isn't it?
Okay.
So what I'm trying to say is multiple inheritance is possible in Java using interfaces, not by classes.
Okay. Multiple parents.
I'm overruling the previous rule where I said like multiple inheritance is not possible in Java. That was for classes. For
No,
interfaces,
not
it
for
is possible.
interface. Hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Now I will explain one more thing quickly. I'll not take more than 5 minutes now. Let us think like this. This is one interface, this is another interface, and this is your class implementation. Now these are the parents, and this is also a parent. There is one child, and that child is this, and this is parent one, parent two.
Yeah, I
Oh,
remember
okay.
this diagram, Santosh. In class, you said this is not possible, right?
In classes, it is
Yeah.
not possible. Yes.
But in interface, this
So
is
in interface, it is possible. Now let us think. You have a child, and this child has an object. Let me make object as round. Object and child class, you are getting the difference, right? Here I'm creating the object of child actually.
mhm.
So there is a method m1, but it is abstract or unimplemented. M1 same method exists in both parents. Now child doesn't have child will have to, that is a rule, right? Child has to implement that. He will say ABC something here. Now this object want to call that, so let's say a1 dot m1. I'm calling the method. Now when I call the method of this object m1 method, where will it go? Which class will it go? Which entity it will call from? Child,
That is
parent 1, parent 2.
that is a confusion. So in object, in class, so it's not gonna. implement
Okay,
by
okay,
interface.
I'll tell it like this. Okay, so World Bank says that you have to provide a loan. As a
Oh.
bank, you have to provide a loan. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and RBI, like one Indian government bank, it says you have to provide the home loan. World Bank says the same thing. RBI says the same thing. Now HDFC comes and says that okay, both are my parents. Who? RBI and World Bank.
Mm.
Now
Okay.
HDFC will have to implement that rule because they are making the rule. Both of them are making the rule. What is that? Provide the home loan. So HDFC will provide the home loan. So
Hmm.
now me as a user, let's say I'm a user of the bank, I will go to bank and ask that provide the home loan. Will the HDFC bank be confused where to go? Should I go to World Bank or should I go to RBI or should I provide myself?
They don't really care.
Since it has agreed that it will give a home loan, so
Yes.
HDFC should give, right?
Yes, HDFC is implementing that rule.
Yep.
Implementing means providing the home loan. He said that he will do the job and he has done the job also. Means he does it actually. So interfaces are just instructing you have to do it. You have to do it. They will never do it themselves. So they are just like dummy actually. They are until the implementation. Once HDFC makes it, then HDFC will only do everything. There is no point whether you will go to here or here. Both are dummy actually. You will not go to RBI anytime. You will not go to World Bank anytime. Isn't it? The bank will only do the activity, whichever is implementing the rules. Got it, Tanya? Is this straightforward or not?
Yeah.
Yeah. One who is implementing will only do the job. So there is only one entity who is doing the complete job, and that is child.
Okay.
Parents are only instructing, they are not doing anything.
Instruct. Yeah. They're not
So the
doing it.
child will never think, should I go here or here? No, they will not do anything. You know that already. You have to only
Mm.
do it. Isn't it? So there is no confusion. It will call from directly from this place.
Mm.
It will call this method. No confusion at all. They are just until creation. Creation is done. The
So
interfaces are no more
Santosh, the
useful also.
person who is creating a rule is called abstract
Is an interface.
interface. Okay. Okay. Terminology I forgot. Yeah.
Abstract is making the rule, but they are making a half implementation actually.
Half
Ha.
implementation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So this is all what I wanted to explain. So polymorphism is again associated with all this phenomena actually. I'll continue that part a little bit actually, which is pending, and then we will begin with Selenium topic in the next session. So
Oh.
we are done with the Java essentials of into automation testing. So we will begin with Selenium by after explaining the polymorphism concept, which is a little bit left over now, which I'll
Okay.
cover it in the next session.
Okay. So now we are going to overview the whole previous class and assignment, and then
Yes,
we can start
right.
learning our Selenium. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So now all these concepts actually we will be using it in next sessions basically going forward. But initial first week we will learn the Selenium aspects, means Selenium related features basically. And once that is learned, this and that together will create a project actually.
Okay.
Okay, Java and Selenium items. There is one more test ng also that will take after Selenium basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So I would recommend try to now you design some logic. You take
Yeah.
anything. Let's say you take a computer, take a mobile, take a laptop, take a gadget. They will be having child parent implementations,
Mm-hmm.
interfaces, and then try to whatever entity you take, you will have different levels of that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. One who is
Mm-hmm.
boss instructing, one who is kind of manager,
Mm-hmm.
he's doing
Mm-hmm.
half job is passed on.
Yeah.
Employees doing every job like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's meet one by one in the weekend session, and I'll be glad to see the assignments and also any queries to discuss on that.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much, guys. Have a happy weekend. Take care. Yeah, bye bye.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah, bye bye.